much weight have you seen them put on a pallet? Hey, kitties. The weather has been very nice out here. I drove to Portland yesterday and Portland was foggy and cold. It was warmer here when I woke up than it was, so I went to Portland with a t-shirt on and it was cold. But boy, the weather's just beautiful out here. I'm not sure how good that shows up, but it's a little hazy today. It's just, I'm getting decent solar power. I mean, I've seen the contrails or whatever those things are, right? So I believe with those things, they're spraying. They are. And you just have to look under weather modification. So just look at it from a non-conspiratorial kind of point of view. And yeah, it's all over. Like, they're totally out front about it, right? But if you start to say like contrails and all that, then people are, oh yeah, it's a conspiracy theory. But so yeah, it's both. Today's project is this freaking, it looks like a pile of garbage, really. It's kind of partial garbage, but it's a lot of materials that I tried to protect with like a temporary little structure, but it did not last at all. The plan, which is why I got some of these, I just grabbed as many pallets as I could, because the plan is to take the pallets and put them over here on top, spanning these. Well, we'll see. Anyway, Fortnite. I'm building a fort out of ICB, cheap beam things, posts, whatever you call it, a tarp, and tarp holder deals. So, yeah. Here's my pallet structure that I had to put out temporarily to pull some stuff out of that shipping container to find a file cabinet full of all the, I don't know, W somethings. I don't know. Some kind of W thing that's supposed to be sent out. What a nightmare. Oh, yes. I bought these months ago. And I had this whole other plan for this project. I found on Craigslist this person was selling basically like rack parts. I don't think they had the vertical parts, but they had all the horizontal parts and shelves. So you could buy, it was $10. So it was $5, but if you got spent $10, they were $5 each, but they came in packs of 2. And then they'd come with a piece of plywood too. A lot of steel and plywood for not very much money was kind of my concept. But these pallets were free. It's a lot cheaper than $10, or I was gonna buy like $20, or no, I was gonna buy like $100 worth. So I was gonna get 20 of those, but Kink Bomb has ruined my life. So now it's just all about free stuff that I can get with hauling pallets. I'll probably just build myself a little pallet shack to live in and just live and die in there, thanks to Kink Bomb. This giant white tank is a project that I can't do until it doesn't freeze anymore, or I have to build myself a place that doesn't freeze. And that's a whole thing. This is bad. This is, again, unfortunately my battery recycling got wet, so most likely that is toxic water. So we'll dump it over here by the foundation. The off-grids are not really suited for the recycles. That's what I want to develop a machine that you just throw all your stuff into, and it just turns it all into something that then is used to do something else. You know, maybe not every house, but in the neighborhood. So I'm actually contemplating, it's what's been going on in my brain for quite a while now, plastic recycling. And I've got a whole concept of plastic recycling that will use every plastic in the concept. So recycle all the plastics at once without washing them is my concept. How this I always want to do. I should be in a college environment somewhere where they can do testing experiments, and that's what I want to do. Because if we could just throw all, I mean, and I'm even talking about those stupid plastics that are moving forwards, we shouldn't be making that kind of crap. But even the ones that are all in together with other stuff, all that stuff that's literally like impregnated with plastic. You can't, like the paper, the plastic, it's all together. So recycling that stuff. I went to the recycling place here in Bend and got the whole rundown by the guy, and I was just like thinking the whole time, this is ridiculous. They don't take all this certain kinds of stuff, they simply just don't even take. And then on top of that, you have to spend all this time separating it, and it needs to be clean at some point. So basically, the whole concept of what I'm doing currently is I got all this crap that I've spent money on, and I don't have enough room to put it all inside somewhere. So I'm trying to build a little BS. I could probably leave that there. A little BS inside area. So these things all have to be pulled forward. So I gotta get them connected to the back. This way. In the hopes of keeping everything from cooling down, I threw a ton of wood up here. Why'd I put this stuff here? Fail number one for the day, not piling far enough away. See, I started to. Why didn't I move everything to that spot? Never ends. Like the bank, the backhoe that started this whole thing off on the wrong foot. Not months later, this bullshit kink bomb. And I'm sure there's some more too. I mean, none of it. Like, the bank lied to me. Called them up, hey, can you do a loan in a week? Yeah, go into the branch. Okay. Why? Okay, so that cost me probably about, I don't know, $3,000 or $4,000. And then this kink bomb, woo! Thieves and idiots are just running amok. Big motivation to keep everything way more cleaned up than this was is rodents. Super trying to not get weird infestations of and piles of, even though there's no like food waste, it's still It's like a house potentially in here. All right. I'm building this with these gizmos, these IBCs, and then I'm going to be like, oh, now I need one to build my other gizmo out of, and then I'm going to have to like take this down to a certain point to get one of those out of the pile, which is going to be interesting. The tarp's actually the next, but the tarp's drying out. I just maybe just turn this into the palette channel now and just do palette projects until I die. That water is still on there after being laid out here for 2 whole minutes. So these are these fancy little specialty dealies I got. Whoop whoop for holding the tarp. Yeah, if I did that at the start, probably would have been better. So I should probably take more than one. I don't want the whole bag because I envision myself dropping them behind the IBCs in large amounts and then pretty much having to do everything over again. Because, well, you know, it's kind of the way my life is. If it's going to go, if it can, even if it's impossible for anything to go wrong, something will go wrong. Guaranteed. Never ending. Lifetime of. So I should be a country singer. And my backhoe didn't get financed by the line as backward. Okay, note to self. Can't put all your weight on that like that. Okay. You know it's dirty. Okay. That is not going to work. I cannot. Do I need to go at it from a different way, I think? All right. I thought these things are going to be my magic cure, but the little ball doesn't fit in between the edge of the IBC. And if I put it on the top of the bottom IBC, it would totally work. But that would include like going down there. And if I can do that without doing it, what then does this hook to? It doesn't. What the heck? So we're at 2 fails. My finger, I got an injury right now. My right hand, I mean what you'd call your trigger finger, is like, for lack of a better term, it's sprained. Okay. Alright, I have to kind of, this is not easy. And I'm just rolling 4K 60p on 2 cameras right now. So I need a camera person. Unfortunately, I generally get more stuff done when I'm not filming. So, and the stuff that I end up getting done when I'm not filming is generally like pretty interesting stuff as far as like off-grid construction shits and stuff. Off-grid, whatever. So that's why a camera person would be super beneficial. But Nobody wants to hang out with a broke person, and I can't afford to hire anybody. Yep. Went from 5 crew to 4 crew to 3 crew. Oh, actually I was more like 5 crew because that partner was more like a crew member really than anything. Now let's hook to that. Okay, so time to get down. Alright, this is a pretty slick ladder. I'm going to say that about it until one day when it gives out and I die or break something. And I say that because, well, capitalism and products aren't built to last forever. And I like to use it forever. So, something's got to give. What to do? Lifting these things up here is no joke. Super not easy. Super not easy. What if I boop-a-doop, boop, boop, boop. That's probably good if I can. Now, of course, all those stuff that I didn't move is in my way. Of course. Did I turn off that other camera? Can't remember. Should have, though. This stuff's all getting ruined. Bummer, bummer, bummer. Yeah, country western, man. Totally. Because I complain all the time. I mean, that's what country western music is. It's just like a match made in heaven. It would have been nice if this thing didn't fall off, because this is super hard putting these things back up on there. Super hard. Oof. Is this dangerous? Not at all. I cannot see how this could be dangerous in the least. Like, this is literally like one of the safest structures that has ever been built, ever, in the history of structures being built. You know, I mean, solid, safe and solid. I mean, pallets are, I mean, just all you have to think about is this. How much weight have you seen them put on a pallet? Right? That's all you need to know. Just ignore the fact that the pallets are falling apart. That has no bearing on anything. Oh yeah. Hell yeah. That's like super high quality. I mean, whew. I need to put the tarp over it now. And clean side down to keep the amount of dirt raining on my head to a minimum. The tarp does have a hole in it, so it won't be perfectly rainproof. Let's come out of there. There we go. Look at that bad boy. Ooh-wee. I mean, this is what you want when you're out in the middle of the off-grids and you have a bunch of stuff you want to keep dry and you have absolutely no money. And lucky I have these things here. That's each one of those was like $75, and then two of them were like $95 because they were cheaper in bulk. So the next step is to move everything inside and organize and deal with all the recycling stuff, which is this, so I can keep recycling stuff, you know, dry and organized, you know, because I mean, going to the frickin' dump, like, I just realized, like, those two cans, I've been going to the dump with first one, and then I go, oh, I could do two. I could actually have five. Five of those would cost me the same as one. So I buy 5 more cans. When they're all full, then I go to the dump, and it costs me $12 or $20 or whatever. And at that point, but it takes me like a month to fill each one of those up. So that'll be like 5 months worth of recycling stuff. What do I do with that all, right? So that's part of what that thing does, and keeps this old motorcycle that I need to do the documentary on that nightmare. But yeah, I'm pretty happy with the structure today.